Good morning, Sierra Leone. Good morning, Kono District. Good morning to all the Kono picking them, the Saloon picking them within the diaspora and una with the back home na Sierra Leone. This na David Bongo the Canto na from Kono News Network. And as always, we get news wrap up, we get honest conversations the way they bring Canto na. We get few things that way don't happen within the course of the week and make up a wrap up. But this particular broadcast today, they focus on Koidu Limited enclose one and wetin go be the obligation as then they close and wetin go be the obligation of the government, or in other words the role of the government for protect the people that we been the work na Koidu Limited, and also for protect the environment where Koidu Limited been done work na Kono District, particularly so inside Koidu City. But before I go towards the one today, I want to tell everybody thank you where they listen to me right now. When we don't subscribe, I encourage you now follow, now continue for make comments, now continue for send una own ideas, opinion about things that all the broadcast. I also encourage the one that will not subscribe it, una subscribe and una continue for pass the message on. I would do some house cleaning first. Wetin dey happen right now, we get message say the ground wey Kono culture been done buy, wey dem pay for do agriculture and build some structure there for make them go dey teach Kono to pikin dem wey no dey understand Kono or wey no dey speak Kono, so that we go able promote we Kono language. We dey say the ground wey Kono culture been buy, some controversy don arise. But as we get intelligence, we understand say the chief, when Chief Kamachende, they handle that accordingly. And we want to tell thank you to Chief Kamachende for the right measures the way they take and respecting the previous decisions the way been done take place. For that, we want to tell everybody who they participate in that particular issue there, we want to tell them thank you. Coming now to wetin dey on the floor and wetin are the main reason for this broadcast. Now wetin we don dey see all over the past few months or maybe possibly a year, wetin don dey go on na Koidu Limited and wetin the workman dem don go through. We see say dem don take dem case to several levels. This time around, it don't reach to the president. We believe say na the last station down there, na the last level down there for let this case reach. And also, I want to make clear this. I want to make this clear to the president and to everybody in Sierra Leone. For say this na a matter of human right, na a matter of testing our credibility, na a matter of testing how resilient people then dey when then dey under suppressed conditions. Everybody when a credible person, particularly so the First Lady and the Minister of Labour, then don't take part in this issue, then don't mediate, then don't do all kind of thing. Along the line, we get a couple of other offices then where we try for do something. But the two prominent people then will stand out for make sure say the workman and Koidu Limited and Koidu Limited company self make them comply with the rules and regulations, the laws of the country. We see say Boku push and pull been there, back and forth communications and agreeing to something and then disagreeing the other day. People they sign and then they agree say we want to take this one up and we don't make mistake, we want to correct them, and then later on we can see counter information where they completely annul within them and don't agree on. At the take una today through a presentation where we get for learn something inside this presentation. When company decide for close in the middle of industrial lockdown or industrial impasse or industrial negotiation, wetin the company suppose for do while they go through the care maintenance, and wetin the government self suppose for do. So this is a learning lesson I dey try for bring to una. and I go take my time for let I explain, and I go advise for let una all listen carefully. This is the presentation where I want for show to everybody for let we get them clear. Sorry, let I just go back to the beginning of the whole thing. The presentation we are titled Obligations of Koidu Limited under national and international labor law. Wetin dem suppose for do and wetin the government sef suppose for do. The first thing we believe say suppose for happen, the company in own obligation na dem duty for negotiate in good faith. Dem suppose for negotiate in good faith, and the company it get obligation for engage in collective bargaining with recognized labor unions or worker representatives. As we dey say, the workman dem representative dem suppose for the company suppose for negotiate in good faith, and if dem refuse for settle, then dispute dem dey, dem walk away, the government suppose for take the right action against them. The second one are legal processes for care and maintenance. Care and maintenance not for be used as a tool for avoid obligations, as we dey see, and the company suppose for notify the relevant authorities them for say then they go on care and maintenance. We believe say they may don't do that, and we still they wait for the results of the negotiation and the outcome within the common inside it. They also supposed for demonstrate financial or technical reasons for why they close the company. Wetin make them want for close? Now money business, na the problem. Any other thing way they affect the decision making. Now that we they try for follow up with. Next, wetin dem call severance and compensation. Where you don't work on site for quite a long time, many years. When you decide for close the company or then decide for left you for whatever reason, they supposed for give you money way due you, or then compensate you for where then they close the company where not so you talk say you want for left the work. Or on the other hand, if now you decide for left the work, then still get for give you that you severance day, all the years what we can call gratuity in our country, and what we can call you benefit. Now that actually I try for talk about. The next one we will go look at now the environmental and social obligations. If the company decide for close, for let them go on care and maintenance, now then so we feel say the company is supposed for do. Then get for maintain the site, the safety and the protection of the environment. Then get for make sure say all those side them don't work. They're supposed for protect and cover, if not hold and dig, whatever environmental destruction where them don't do, they're supposed for take care of that. This they bring me to the question where for ask we chief them. If this company decide for go right now, then decide say then they close. All the work where they don't do, that boku sansa where they don't pack, the people that host the way don't crack, what thing we go do? We get any strategy, we don't get any plan way for ask them people then for compensate all the people that way the host don't broke, or the one that way the host don't crack. The people that way been don't die they may not make any proper arrangement with them family members for sure how they will care, or they will give benefit to them people then they as a result of the accidents the way they don't get. So these are some of the things the way we community authorities them, we local authorities them for ask for themselves. Therefore ask whether then so the company go meet with them conditions then before they go, or before they left the place. What they call that corporate social responsibility. Agreements and may not where I believe say the chief they were involved, like the all the chief the area they were mining they take place, especially so they talk about Ankara chiefdom. We know say certain documents and the way they may don't sign agreements, the way they may don't sign. If the company decide for go today, what will be the fate of that way environment today. Role number 2 we dey count to wetin the government suppose for do for protect the workman dem. Wetin the government suppose for do for protect the district. Wetin the government suppose for do for make sure say e dey work in the interest of the people dem, and at the same time e dey also make sure say the investors dem no dey at a disadvantage. So the government as a regulator and protector of citizens' rights get several options. One pandemic option and dey na for enforce the labor law. Through the Ministry of Labor, the government must investigate the dispute, where I believe say government don't do that to a greater extent, where the Minister of Labor don't do that, and we First Lady self, although then they talk say not a part of the government, but as a citizen, they don't work with the Minister of Labor for do a lot of investigation. The government also supposed for enforce obligations on the employer, including unpaid wages, benefits, or unfair dismissal claims. We know say the workman dem may not dey talk say and the dollar rate not correct. The government don't know that. We don't talk about that several times. Need not for begin for go over that again. Everybody know that. Also the safety concerns the way they dey, and some people them or most of the people the way they dismiss just because then they raise concern about the human right. So government supposed for enforce that thing and they for intervene and make sure say the people then get them right, and then decide the case as soon as possible. If the company decide for close, what in the government supposed for ask the company for do. We don't hear say the government don't accept the request where the company ask for say then they go on care and maintenance. But the workman then don't they ask for over a year for their own human rights, for let government help them, let them get their money. Government not able to make that final decision yet. We say the bone of contention there, we don't know. What it make government the waste time, we don't know. But as I said before, the case don't reach to the president in table, we dey see what the president go do. If the president, we don't know why the president dey delay in making a statement, because we believe say it don't get a lot of information from social media, from a minister where it send, and from even in your wife we've been done decide for take part in this particular process. The next way government supposed for do for intervene in the close of process. When the people then talk say they want close, wetin government do? If you don't ask them why they want for close, if you don't ask them if they're ready for pay the workman their money, because then they're on a labor dispute, they not complete that labor dispute yet, then the company decide for close. This now a red flag to the citizens of Sierra Leone, and particularly so to the government, for say this company here, they're not ready for negotiate, they're not ready for honor their obligations. They don't sit down, they don't talk with the Minister of Labor. The Labor Minister don't put all things to them plain and clear, and then accept for say yes, they meet that problem, and then we'll try for make sure say they correct the problem. Then sign a memorandum of understanding for say now such and things, and then go do for let them resolve the problem. And less than 24 hours, the same company refute the signature where they do, and refute the agreements the way they don't agree on, the conclusions and the memorandum of understanding, then completely go against that and put documents them out where they counter what they don't agree on. So within this they send, which message this is sent to the nation, and which message they send to the company, to the government, for say na company we're not credible, na people they were not trustworthy, you no go able get confidence in wetin dem dey say, because dem dey say one thing and put dem signature wey very legal, and then the next day dem go against that. That alone na a crime, you no go gree per something you sign, and then later on you decide for do something contrary. And all this dey happen, we no dey see the consequences. Wetin government get for do when somebody sign agreement, e put im signature there, then e do something contrary, we no hearing nothing wey the government go do, or wetin go be the repercussion of that particular action. To some extent, I go even ask the Minister of Labour sef. Dem people don sit down with you, dem don sign, dem don tell you say dem go gree for do this. Dem do the same thing with the First Lady. When dem go against that particular agreement, wetin na the statement wey una sef dey make? Honourable Soare, you don do a lot, but we want to know, after wey dem people dem decide for go contrary to wetin una don sign, wetin na the action, wetin na the consequences the way dem go get as a result of that. Next, we dey expect the government for protect social and economic rights. Inside that one, we dey say the government has a duty under the Constitution and international treaties, say wey so like the International Labour Organization and conventions dem, for make e go protect the rights of the workers, fair labour practices and livelihoods. Also for consider temporary relief, social safety nets and alternative employment programs. A very good government na dem thing dem dey you go do for your people dem, for protect them, for see say as the company dey go down, for say dem no ready for work or continue for work, you dey equally simultaneously dey protect the people dey wey been dey work na the company. We no know whether this don happen, we no see any message wey dey comot say this dey happen, because up to this point in time, agreement not done dey yet for pay the workman their money, for take the one wey dem sack illegally, and for make sure say the people dem respect the laws of the country and go accordingly. So this na a very very big disappointment to not just Kono people but the entire Sierra Leone, for say we still will not get justice yet. We judiciary dey, then they see this, the parliament they see this, every stakeholder in Sierra Leone they still see this, but nobody not ready for tell the government, especially the one they wait inside the government, for stand and talk say wetin dem dey do the workman they also not correct. It's so difficult. And the company they boast, dem don dey boast several times for say Sierra Leone government dey na dem pocket. Wetin they mean by that, we no know, but the actions they will see right now, they show we correctly say yes, anything wey the company want for do, then they do am, no consequences no dey. If they can sign document and then the next day they do something completely opposite to the agreement and nothing no happen, that na a big signal for say government officials they self their hand up on this mining company. Possibly most of them na shareholders, or most of them they get certain kind of benefit where they make they not go able to talk about them. It not mean say if investor can your country, they do something wrong, it not mean say you no go able to tell us say you don't do wrong. Punish them for that wrongdoing where they don't do. But we're not afraid investors them and talk say, oh, if we do this, investors they not go can our country. That is completely wrong. If investors they encourage government officials them for be corrupted, and they agree to that corruption, then they are bound for face the consequences. This is very disappointing for Sierra Leone. We all want for let corruption stop, but we know the help for let will stop the corruption. We are all responsible in one way or the other, but the government officials them, where they make law, the parliamentarians the way they protect the law, the lawyers them, the judiciary, then get the big responsibility for let them make sure say justice prevail inside our country. The next thing na transparency in communication. If things then they happen, all man keep quiet, nobody know they talk, then a complacency, a tal like I say, people that they encourage the corruption, the bad practices, for let continue. So inside they will talk say the government supposed to ensure affected communities and workers are kept informed. If una dey negotiate on behalf of them who command them, if una dey negotiate on behalf of Connaught district, who say the president don talk say the Connaught district don undergo a lot of historical injustice. Wetin na the messages the way the president dey come out with for let Connaught people dey know say yes, the president really mean wetin he been talk and e dey in the process for correct dem mistake dem dey. But when all man sit down keep quiet, with chief dem they no dey talk, with politicians dem they no dey talk, the president sef e no dey talk. The president no dey talk. So there's a really breakdown in communication. And who side communication no dey, that gap dey, e dey fill up with a lot of rumors, misconceptions. All man go fill am up with wetin dem believe. And I believe say if the authorities dem fail for communicate and the public fill am up with social media messages, una no go blame the public, because people have the right to speak their mind. Outside information not come from the authorities, people then go fill up information as then they receive them. Also, we get for make let the government hold public hearings or mediations where necessary. Then mediations they will not say it don't go on, it don't go on. Some behind closed doors, a couple of them outside in open in open areas. One example of that now outside the Minister of Labour go talk to the workman in Koidu Limited. But how long we go wait? How long Sierra Leoneans then go wait? How long the workers then at Koidu Limited go wait? This time around, the message, the information, the bulk done then at the president in table. So if decision come now, now the president in responsibility. If the decision not come now, now the president in responsibility. So, Mr. President, with all due respect, we respect the position where you get at the United Nations Security Council. That place then a place where would they expect transparency in communication. Now place where they expect anybody where they make you as a leader in that particular organization, you're supposed to come out and talk to the people then. Explain to them what thing they go on when not right, make them understand. So, in summary, what are the stakeholders and obligation? I will read this out. Koidu Limited their obligation, engage in good faith negotiations, follow legal procedures for closure, pay compensation, maintain environmental and safety standards. If the government really want to protect Sierra Leone and protect Connaught district, this government supposed to make sure say Koidu Limited follow them particular procedures then. Next, within the government in your commitment, enforce labor and mining laws, accept and implement investigation results submitted by the Labour Minister and the First Lady on the company actions. Also protect workers' rights, ensure transparency, and finally hold companies accountable. If we not do anything in there, we not pay justice to Sierra Leoneans, we not pay justice to Connaught people. My message could be to the President, dear Mr. President, it don't take away the noise around injustice, the noise around compensation, the noise around the workers' and right. It has been going on and on and on. Would they expect say you go come out of the quietness and answer Connaught people then the pains they want to go through, the injustice where they don't suffer from? Would they expect the president for be the final person for make the final say? For sake of this, I want to tell you thank you for una patient listen to me inside this entire presentation. This na Connaught News Network do this presentation. And I go tell una all thank you again, una within a ECHO, executives of Kono organizations, for let we continue for advocate for people there. Yes, we know say Bokupo Singe for say a lot of things against the work they work on executive organizations and they do. People they not they see say with the fight for the people them. People they not they see say now the true organization this way don't come for fight for the interests of Kono people. We get people that way they feel say yes, executives of Kono organization come for destroy or not they respect people there. This na a misconception we will need for correct. As I close this particular program, I want to tell all man thank you, executives of Kono organizations, want to thank you for all that they continuously fight for Kono people there. This na David Bongbo, the canto owner from Kono News Network, and I say tata to all. Wanna share, wanna comment, and wanna like.